hit films like Diwar. Just days after Congress cadre hurled the vilest abuse upon the Prime Minister's mother, the Congress party's Bihar unit's decision to post an AI-generated video, a polite way of saying deep fake video, featuring Prime Minister Modi dreaming of his late mother, where Ma appears to rebuke politics played in her name, is a political provocation, viewers, that undermines decency in democracy. It has real consequences. In this case, whipping up contempt for a Prime Minister in the imaginations of a susceptible public. Imagine the damage you do, because women, and especially mothers, Ma, are, viewers, as you know, the holy of holies in our country. By using deep fake or satire, not purely for humor, but aimed at an emotional figure long passed away, the Congress risks crossing the ethics boundary, the moral boundary, the philosophical boundary, viewers. The BJP's reaction isn't surprising. It is right in slamming what it calls, quote, cheap tactics, unquote, and demanding an apology. Congress defends the video, saying it contains no disrespectful words, that mothers should correct their children, and that if Prime Minister Modi feels insulted, that is his problem. This is Pawan Khera, viewers, Rahul Gandhi's aide, and he says, and let me quote him, "Where is the disrespect shown to his late mother? Show me one word, one gesture, anywhere that you see disrespect." It is a duty of a parent to educate their child. She's only educating her child. And if the child thinks that it is disrespectful towards him, it is his headache and not mine, not yours. Mr. Modi cannot do touch me not politics. He is in politics, and he needs to take everything, even a sense of humor of the opposition, properly. In fact, there is no humor in it. There is nasiyat or advice in this, unquote. This is what has come out of the Congress views. But politics must draw its legitimacy from moral ground, not just provocation. On the right, viewers, you're seeing pictures. The vilest abuse that was hurled at the Prime Minister's mother, base language from a Congress RJD platform. When satire targets those alive and in the political contest, it might spark debate. We have to draw a distinction. The Prime Minister, for example, uses the word Shahzada, which is an attempt to draw attention to nepotism in Congress, which is the antithesis of merit-based progression. The PM's use of satirical adjectives to address Sonia Gandhi have either been a tit-for-tat response or in the context of a larger political narrative. Both Rahul and Sonia hold political office and are drivers of policy. Therefore, being critical of Nehru and Indira Gandhi, even though long departed, is still legitimate. They were, after all, active politicians. The Prime Minister's mother was never in politics. Dragging her into the political sludge is to politicize grief. In Indian politics, there has been a long tradition of not speaking ill of the apolitical relatives of politicians. By breaking this Omerta code, the Congress party has departed very far from morality in public life, viewers. And I don't want to hog this stage. I want to open this up on a critical day like this, because I feel that we are going the way politics is going in the United States. Tomorrow, hate-filled invective will lead to somebody doing something extremely rash. I don't need to tell you. So I want to first begin with the BJP, asking them to set the tone. Why is it that you find this so abhorrent, Shahzad Poonawalla?
Because this has become a pattern, Rahul. Mataji ka apman, Bihar ka apman and Samvidhan ka apman. All of this, by the way, has taken place in the same date. First, they said that when my Prime Minister mother was abused, it was not Congress Karyakarta. It turned out to be a Congress Karyakarta. They denied. Rahul Gandhi did not apologize. RJD spokespersons came and they defended with fake news. And thereafter, from the official handle of Congress today, there's no denying this anymore. It's the Bihar Congress handle. And over and above that, Mr. Pawan Kheda and others have justified using AI imagery or deep fake imagery of the Prime Minister's deceased mother. Point number one. Point number two, if it stopped here, one could understand. They've abused Prime Minister 150 times. They've abused the mother so many times, but then they go to abuse Bihar. Today, DMK has abused Bihar, saying that Bihar does not have any wisdom. They have called toilet cleaner. They have used all kinds of invectives for Bihar, people of Bihar. And then thirdly, in the sense that today when the Vice President oath took place, we leave all these things aside. Those who are the champions of Samvidhan, after you have lost an election, should you not come together for a Samvidhanic program, but you boycott the Independence Day program, you boycott Republic Day program.
To that aspect.
So all three aspects have been insulted today, and I say forget everything else, forget the past. Today, the Prime Minister's mother has been abused from this stage by the Congress party officially. Now, Mr. Ajay Yadav, without any whataboutery, will you call out and condemn the Congress party? The Congress party, which says "Ladki hu lad sakti hu," is in fact justifying and defending this. So, I think that today the Congress party has exposed its anti-mother mindset, and this is happening in a state which reversed Chatti Maiya, which reversed Sita Maiya.
So, let me ask you, Dr. Ajay Yadav, thank you first of all for joining us. You know, some days back I was listening to Tejasvi Yadav and he took umbrage at the fact that Nitish Kumar said some things, off-color remarks about his own mother, Rabri Devi ji. Now, somebody who puts mother figure on a pedestal, as we all do, how do those people in the RJD and of course your leader react to this? Because this is from an ally and this is from an official handle of the ally.
First, let me say that Narendra Modi, when you talk about Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his mother, you say that his mother is absolutely non-political. But when you talk of Honorable Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and his wife and his mother, wasn't his mother also non-political? Narendra Modi had no objection, very proudly claimed that Nitish Kumar ka DNA kharab hai, which is the biggest form of abuse to any woman. She was also non-political. Did Narendra Modi ever apologize? Did BJP ever apologize? Nobody ever did. Why? Nitish Kumar's mother is not a mother. Narendra Modi's mother has some important place. Is it like that? All mothers are mothers, whether it's Narendra Modi's or Nitish Kumar or my or yours. And non-political. What is the point of saying non-political and political? If she's non-political, Narendra Modi can say something.
But Dr. Ajay Yadav, I'm not understanding. The distinction is non-political and political. You see, if someone holds a political office, they become more than just an individual. They are the representatives of a people. And,
yes.
And 1 minute, ma'am, they play an important role in a democracy. Now, forgive me for asking this, but wasn't Rabri Devi the Chief Minister of Bihar? And she made certain decisions which were extremely important to the future of Bihar. Some which might have actually had an impact on Bihar. So, if you call out somebody who has played a political role, I can understand. I think you're not comparing apples to apples here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, Rahul. Narendra Modi holds an important political post.
Yes, ma'am.
So does Nitish Kumar. But when Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister and then he questions Nitish Kumar's DNA, who's a Chief Minister, what do you have to say? Narendra Modi, a political figure, Prime Minister of India, holding the post.
Okay.
To Nitish Kumar, another Chief Minister, a political figure holding the post, Prime Minister saying this to Nitish Kumar's
there
mother.
Is a difference.
Both of them holding posts.
Let me tell you, when
Prime
you're talking
Minister
about
and Chief Minister.
Okay.
Why don't we discuss this, Rahul?
Okay. Let me open this up. Let's open it.
Let me
you
just
respond.
make a very small distinction.
Respond.
First of all, the Prime Minister never spoke about the mother of Nitish Kumar, and the comment made was in a political context which Nitish Kumar himself doesn't have a problem. That's why he's in alliance with us. But, one second, madam, I have not interrupted you. But now I ask you directly, the comment is coming at the figure of the Prime Minister's mother, who's no longer with us, and instead of apologizing or condemning or condoning, and Prime Minister has not said he's okay with this comment. In fact, he had a very emotional reaction to it. But Miss Yadav, I am seeing the way you are defending the sins of Congress. You will also start defending the abuse of DMK for Biharis. You might just do that. Are you so desperate to be called the chief ministerial face that you are defending this?
Yes, I mean, let me tell you, Dr. Ajia Yadav, that this is going beyond just characterizing a mother figure. The entire DNA of Bihar has been called into question. And you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what the DMK minister has said today? He's come out and said that, you see, we are not like Biharis. We know our politics, etc., etc. And this is a very robust alliance pillar of the India grouping. We're talking about the DMK here.
And just
nothing
1 second,
comes
let
out.
me show you the statement. PM said something,
Rahul?
1 second ma'am, let me quote how they lie. Something is wrong in Nitish Kumar's political DNA is his quoted statement.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
DNA
No, I
is
made
now
that
being
point.
taken into mother's insult, but your mother's insult is not being seen.
I made that point. I talked about political DNA. I made that distinction. That's why I said you're not comparing apples with apples.
Exactly.
But I want you to tell me, Dr. Ajaya Yadav, this is, look, just about a fortnight back, and you know the Prime Minister reacted. He was very emotional. He gave a speech. His mother was abused. I don't even want to take those words. Dr. Yadav, I'm sure you're probably a mother and you're a sister, you're someone's daughter. Would you have liked anyone from your political stage to use the words that were used against Prime Minister Modi's mother? You know what I'm talking about.
Rahul, Prime Minister's mother was abused according to BJP. Hitler Shahi, Bihar Band. Why only Bihar Band, Rahul?
According to
No,
She was the
according to
woman of
BJP,
Gujarat.
ma'am, there is
Please,
MC,
Rahul, let
the
me
word
complete.
MC.
Let her complete.
Let me complete,
Let her
Rahul.
complete. Let her complete.
Let me complete. Why only Bihar? Because we have elections this year. India should have been Hitler Shahi. India should have been Band. Lekin Bihar Band. Bihar mein chunav. He is politicizing his mother. One more thing, Rahul. You say he has got so much respect for his mother who is not in politics. Why does he drag his mother all the time? I'm
What?
non-biological. Rahul, please let me complete. Narendra Modi says
Ma'am,
I'm
you are
non-biological.
attributing
Isn't
wrong
there-
quotes.
1 minute, Rahul. There are various reels where Narendra Modi shows he's washing his mother's feet. What is the point? He's definitely trying to politicize a prime minister, making reels on his mother and putting it on social media.
Why, ma'am?
Isn't he
Is social
politicizing
media
his
only?
mother,
No, hang
who is
on.
not-
Is
who
the
is
Prime Minister,
non-political?
excuse me, madam, is the Prime Minister not a person?
Of course, he's a person, but he claims
Everyone
he's not
else, no, hang
political.
on. Rahul Gandhi can go and give his mother hugs, and it's written all over the newspapers what a sentimentalist he is, what a caring son he is. He can give his sister a hug in public and, you know, other things, and people say, oh, what a loving brother he is. Prime Minister goes to his mother once a year on her birthday, washes her feet, and he is supposed to
Okay,
be dragging
Rahul.
her into the political fold. Madam, come on, have some sense of
Oh,
perspective.
let me-
I asked you a
Rahul, let
question.
me clear this
Ma'am, I'm
also.
only asking you a simple question. And that's a
Yes.
question that, you know, you use the word according to BJP. Are you saying that there was no abuse hurled at the Prime Minister's mother from a rally stage of the Congress and RJD? Am I lying? I'm asking you this.
Of course, you are lying, Rahul, because the person who spoke those words, he was a BJP karyakarta.
He
And
was
one more
not.
thing,
It's been fact checked.
One
Which
more-
debate are we
Keep
in?
quiet. I did not speak when you were speaking. You are breaking the decorum. And one more thing, Rahul. You say hugging his mother, washing his feet. Why did he make his mother stand in the line while casting her vote? Wasn't that to politicize? And all TV channels,
She
all social
doesn't
media
have a
was
right.
flashing on
Because
it.
she
It was
becomes the
screaming
mother
that.
of a Prime Minister,
No.
she should become completely invisible, is it? I mean, come on.
Of course,
This is
of course not.
bizarre.
That's
One
This is
second,
bizarre.
Rahul.
Viewers, this
Rahul.
is bizarre.
That's
Let me
what
see,
not
set the
there.
Absolutely
record straight.
bizarre.
Let
This
me-
is absolutely bizarre. The lady in question has never held a political opinion, has never been in politics, has never held office, has never cared to even live with the Prime Minister in his beautiful bungalow in Delhi.
Who
Viewers,
knows whether Rahul,
knows whether-
whether she cared to stay there or
Oh
not,
my
or
God.
whether Narendra Modi never
Let me
wanted
please
her
set the
to stay
record
there.
straight, Rahul.
It is
So
such a
many
shame.
lies
No,
have been
this is,
peddled on
this
the
is,
debate.
ma'am,
I mean, it's
Position.
ma'am, please,
unbelievable.
I can't
Let
have
his
a,
mother stay
look,
with-
okay,
with
Dr.
him.
Ajay,
It
if
is
you're
such
going
a
to be
shame.
so
It is a
bitter
shameful
about,
fact.
okay,
Forget
clearly,
being
you
bitter,
clearly are
Rahul.
bitter.
At least let's be truthful. On your show, I've seen that.
Of
Please
course,
now,
what
Miss
is the
Yadav,
truth?
Miss
Did he
Yadav,
allow
now,
his
Miss
mother to stay
Yadav,
with him?
Miss
You have
Yadav, now
two
you're
sides.
breaking the
Ma'am, she
code.
has no
You
agency
said
of
that
her
his
own.
mother
Are you
never
saying
cared
that
to
women
stay
in
with
this
him.
country
But
have no
course I
agency
have
of
a
their
point.
own?
He
Maybe
never
she
allowed
chose
his
not
mother
to.
stay in the Prime
No,
Minister's
Dr.
home.
Ajay, Dr. Ajay Yadav, does a woman have no agency? She must be led by her son or her husband or her brother. She can't have a choice in the matter. She can't say, I don't want to stay with you.
Do you know she had a choice?
But do you know
Did she tell
otherwise?
you these
Do you
things?
know
So
otherwise?
when,
Do you know
Rahul, it
otherwise,
appears-
Dr. Ajay Yadav? It's your
Rahul,
word
let's-
against my word. It's your word against the Prime Minister's
No,
word.
no, no.
But your word
Rahul,
must win. This is
let's- this
ridiculous.
debate is
You're
more-
denying.
Rahul,
You're
this
denying a
debate is
fact
more
that has
between-
been captured on TV. I wish I could play that clip, but I could not. It would make my skin crawl to put out those abusive words.
But nonetheless, the fake news has to be
Rahul,
called out.
this
Rahul, I
debate
just want
is
20
more
seconds because the
between
other
you and
panelists
me.
are
It
also
appears
waiting. And
you
I
are
think
you
now,
are
Ajay ji,
envious
you are
person
interrupting and
being
not allowing others to
RJD
speak.
Now
That's
you're
not
going
the
to
way.
abuse
This
me.
debate
Now-
is more between you,
Now you're
me
going to
and
abuse
you.
me. Now you'll call into question
Instead
my-
of being,
Okay.
Rahul,
instead
let
of
me please set
anchoring
the
this
record
show,
straight
it is
in
a
20
debate or
seconds.
an argument with me.
Rahul, this is the way the debate will become derailed. Let me just have 20 seconds. And Ajay ji, I have heard you out. Now you have to hear me out for 20 seconds.
Of course
First
I
of
do,
all,
but you
please,
have
madam,
interrupted me
please.
first.
Rahul, I think we should do it one by one. That's the way the debate can be done, and the other three panelists are waiting. First of all, everybody heard that MC, BC, etc. These words were used. These are bad words, according to any sane and civilized individual. I'm sure my good friend Gawande ji, who's a very close friend of mine, will testify to that. And so will Kapil Madan. Point number two: this fact that this is a BJP guy has been busted by you, Rahul, and so many others. It wasn't the BJP guy; it was a different guy from Madhya Pradesh who filed an FIR. Ishkaran Bhandari will tell you that how that guy has been tortured. But having said that, last point: if the Prime Minister's mother stood in line, this is something to be celebrated. कि भाई प्रधानमंत्री की माता जी ने भी बोला, I will be like a common man. I am not some राजमाता. कि भाई मेरा बेटा प्रधानमंत्री है तो मैं घूमूंगी एसपीजी सिक्योरिटी लेकर, मैं घूमूंगी ऐशो आराम लेकर. This should be things you should learn. Rabdi ji should learn this. Sonia ji should learn this. Forget that. You are justifying abuse.
You forget. You have got no information. Rabri
Okay.
Devi is the ex-chief minister of Bihar. Sonia
Yes,
Gandhi is
great.
a very big political figure.
Yeah.
First of all, you say
So-
political
so-
figure
so
and a
madam-
non-political
so
figure.
madam-
But when you start to reason, you drag political figures into
Okay.
it.
Okay. So one thing I just want to make clear, viewers, I have only interjected when I have felt that the facts have been corrupted to make a particular point, and that is my duty to ensure that the record is set straight. But these are not my words, viewers. Now I want you to listen very carefully to the words that have been put out by the Congress themselves. Now we are making a distinction here between a political personality and a non-political personality. Ishkaran Bhandari, let me open this up with you. This gentleman, Mr. Pawan Khera says, you see, Modi is in politics and he needs to take everything, even a sense of humor of the opposition properly. In fact, there is no human in it. This is Nasiyat in this. So he talks about he's in politics. Now, Sonia Gandhi is in politics. Rabri Devi is in politics. She has used her position, they have used their position to make political interventions. Sometimes there have been brusque, sometimes there have been soft, sometimes there have been diplomatic, sometimes they have not been diplomatic. I mean, Khoon ka Saudagar was not exactly a diplomatic word to use, and at that time, she was the Congress president, Sonia Gandhi, and she was talking about a political adversary, Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi turns around and in the same vein, in the same context, from politician to politician, challenges her, makes his own configuration and remarks. It becomes a tutu meme, which is acceptable in politics, no problems. Two equals going against each other, no problem. One president of the Congress, one obvious figurehead of the BJP, no problems. But do you think this time, by targeting somebody who's not in politics, we are completely transmutating conversations?
Rahul, there is no doubt in my mind that a dangerous red line has been crossed, and I will tell you the reasons, because what will come next, and it's very obvious, next things will come, is going to be very dangerous for politics in India. Firstly, we saw an ex-person abusing the Prime Minister's family mother with vile abuses. Congress had a defense. They could allege it's a false flag operation, they could allege it's a BJP member, even though it's been factured, as Shehzad has pointed out, but at least you could allege that. Immediately after that, when you post an official video in which you try to misuse the Prime Minister's late mother or try to have a mocking sort of a video or an insulting sort of a video, then it's very clear that it is a strategy in which they have decided we will go after the family of the Prime Minister. Now the second aspect, you referred to it, even mafia does not attack family, but that used to be when mafia was not into drugs. The minute drugs law started, they started attacking family members. Are we going into drug lord sort of politics that you will attack family members? And what will be the natural corollary of that? There are people who have wives, there are people who have kids. Will tomorrow some supporter on either side make videos of kids and wife, and everybody wears different clothes, dresses differently, has a different lifestyle, goes to different parties, and would those videos then bring all that into it? And if they bring into it, even though that would be a crime, would people say if official handles can tweet AI videos, why can't we do it? What sort of a politics are we doing when official handles start misusing? It is not a supporter, it is not a news channel doing a video, AI video of a politician. It's a rival political party doing a video of somebody's late mother. Would other family members come? And who will be responsible for it? The person who started it. We just saw what happened in US, where a person was shot dead for having political views. This is the trajectory when you try to go into shutting people down by illegal methods. And AI and using it for these sort of videos, I think is a very dangerous thing, and appropriate action should be taken. Otherwise, we will be in a very, very, very dicey trajectory in the next video.
Let me
Did you notice one thing about the video? It's very important. They have deliberately made her look demonic with a bhagwa bindi. No woman wears a bhagwa bindi. This has been done deliberately, bro. I mean, this has been done so deliberately that you make a person who's not with us bhagwa bindi and you make her look demonic, and AJ Yadav is defending this.
Anyhow,
I mean,
one second. Let me. Well, you know, clearly lines have been crossed.
Look at AJ Yadav is laughing.
Clearly lines have been crossed. Okay, one second. Let me just bring in Kapil Madan ji and Anish ji. Kapil Madan, I have to ask you this. You see, a few days ago, just after Operation Sindoor or thereabouts, the Foreign Secretary, if you remember, certain things were said about Vikram Misri ji, and they came from so-called handles that the Congress ecosystem said, see, belong to the BJP and this, that, the other, and they're dragging the relatives of Mr. Misri into the mud when he has nothing to do, when they have nothing to do with, you know, anything with the NDA or with politics or with bureaucracy, etc., etc. Doxing, it is called. So, Kapil Madan, if that is objectionable, then how is this okay? How is this, we must learn to take it and accept it because everything is fair in politics? Well, this lady is not in politics.
So, you know, Rahul, I totally agree with you to an extent that, you know, a person who is not in politics, you should avoid making political remarks. But having said that, you know, we must not forget, you know, we saw our Honorable Prime Minister making remark like Congress ki vidwa, Jersey cow, hybrid bachda, and you know it is on record. No Karyakarta, no some worker of any political party made this remark. These remarks were made by our Honorable Prime Minister in open public rallies, in gatherings, etc. So you can't have 2-3 different yardsticks. When it is about Prime Minister, you will have different standard, and when it is about opposition, you will have different standard. And having said so, let me just say one more thing very, very clear. If you look at this video, so I personally feel that making these kind of videos are technically inappropriate, but assuming let's analyze this video also. The content of that video, content of the transcripts of whatever have been said in that video, to my understanding and to my reading of comprehension of this video, is that the video is symbolic in nature. We've all seen all political leaders making political jibes against each other, and that's their job.
Look,
we
sir,
also saw my good friend, hold on, my good friend Shehzad is also here. When Shehzad was not in the BJP, he made a remark calling the Honorable Prime Minister as a non-performing asset. It is there available on the...
Those are all political interventions.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But this is not a political intervention.
So, Rahul, I get that. That's why...
Kapil, one second. I want to make something very clear here. I'll tell you something. Some days back, I tweeted something. Right? one second. I just want to say, I just tweeted something and I remember 5 or 6 people getting after my wife and my mother. Now, I just wondered, I said, what kind of mentality is this? You have a bone to pick with me. You have an axe to grind. Anish, let me bring you in on this. Debate me, no. Why do you want to bring in my wife, what she does, who she works with, what my mother is, who she is, why she has produced me? That's all. No, hang on. So if we can get so Kapil, the reason I took umbrage at that was that my mother or my wife was an innocent bystander. Anish, I mean, why would you drag somebody in who has nothing to do except for being a biological mother? That's all. She only brought Modi into the world. She is not in any way, after that, determined his political career, unlike Rahul Gandhi, whose mother has been instrumental in guiding his political career, unlike Rabdi Devi, who chose Tejaswi. And you just have to hear the younger brother, the other brother who says all these things about how in the family he has been set aside. Akhilesh Yadav, he was picked by his own father. So when people are making active choices on behalf of their children, setting them up for politics, then I can understand still that there is some reason to bring those people and call them into question. But Anish, this is completely incidental. And I think somewhere we must now recalibrate. Okay, if people have done something that people have found objectionable, let's put the past behind us. Let's start from today, at least a denouncement, if nothing else.
Rahul, to start off with,
Yes, so I
let me
think
say
you should
very
have
directly,
the
right,
opportunity.
that the unfortunate part is that going after the family members of those in positions of power has become the new normal and should be condemned across the political spectrum.
No, but,
Right?
but hang on.
And
But
the
where?
party is
Show me that. No,
fundamentally held-
tell me where Mr. Modi, for example, just asking a question, where Mr. Modi has at any level attacked the family member, since we are talking apples to apples, of anybody who's not associated with politics. So, if there is, let's say, Rahul Gandhi, he's never attacked some nephew of Rahul Gandhi who has nothing to do with politics. He's not attacked
No,
the
Rahul.
niece. He's not
The
attacked.
50 crore girlfriend jibe,
Yes.
you will remember, was made at somebody who was not in politics at the
50
time.
crore girlfriend jibe.
Okay, let
It
me
was
answer
not-
that question.
It
No,
was
let
me-
not
let me
a
answer
comment.
Was there a
that-
context?
Let
Was there a
me- let me
context?
answer this
It was
very
also-
There
specifically.
might have been a
It was also-
context.
Let me answer this very
No.
specifically.
Let him
because
answer.
just before
Not
Anish
that I'm
completes,
endorsing that.
No,
I
let
just
me-
want to be very clear. I never endorsed it.
One-
Back then also I didn't
one
endorse
second.
it, but there might have been a context. Was there a context or was it just like...
Rahul, even before this, they have said Congress ki vidwa. What was the context? The context was that there were certain beneficiaries who were posing as widows and taking the benefits of a particular scheme, and those had been weeded out. Why Congress took the Congress ki vidwa to mean one person? Anish Gawande, please tell me 50 crore ki girlfriend who was named. How have you understood who's 50 crore ki girlfriend? It is a corruption
No, but-
money that has been spoken of. But if Anish Gawande has extrapolated somebody from that personage, then that is Anish Gawande's mindset.
so-
Now I am telling very clearly that don't drag in politicians' family who is not there in politics because it has a real risk. For instance, supposing you drag in somebody who's not there and they are then targeted by the very, you know how rowdy the supporters of certain parties can be? What if they attack? What if you make a live AI video of a live person and then the people see the face and they go and attack? Who will take responsibility, Anish? Are you taking responsibility for this?
No, which is why I'm telling you point blank that this needs to be avoided at all costs, right? Recently,
So what-
Amrita
let's start
Fadnavis,
today.
the wife
Is
of
the
Devendra
Congress handle
Fadnavis
right?
ji, Amrita Fadnavis ji, the wife of Devendra Fadnavis ji, was relentlessly trolled on social media.
By whom?
and
By
mocked
whom?
In a very sexist manner.
By whom?
In fact, unfortunately,
By
BJP
whom?
trolls,
Kanhaiya
Shehzad,
Kumar.
and that was the unfortunate bit. And I and many others from the opposition.
Yeah, but you know,
came out in support of
so
it.
I'm glad that you
Kumar.
raised
I
this
don't
issue.
think this
No,
needs
I'm
to be a
glad that
partisan
because you
issue.
see, body shaming viewers,
Yeah.
what women should wear, when they should wear it. You see, this is a patriarchal mindset. And it was actually exposed by Dr. Yadav when she says, oh, the Prime Minister should have taken his mother to live with him. Why? She has no agency of her own. That's what I kept coming back to. I'm shocked that this kind of discourse is being injected in the 21st century. But one second, Anish Gawande, you use the example, and I think Mr. Bhandari wants to come in on that point. Mr. Gawande, you use the example of Amrita Fadnavis.
Yeah.
Should I tell you the names of the Congress and ecosystem members who were actually trolling her for what the choice of her clothing was? Ishkan Bhandari, can you remind? I don't want to say it,
No.
but can you remind Mr. Gawande? Was Kanhaiya Kumar not involved?
Rahul, not only that, when they were in power. Yes, and when they were in power, what sort of messages and sexist remarks they used to make, because that time they controlled the police also. It's all documented and they haven't stopped even now. When Congress does something that's liberal, but when a woman from BJP or attached to a BJP politician or a part of BJP politician's family does something, they start body shaming and have such vile comments which are actually offenses in law, and they still keep doing it because they know politicians seldom take action. But the other aspect is also very important of agency, where you said, did the mother of the Honorable Prime Minister want to go and live there? I will tell you as a lawyer, there are multiple cases in Delhi where the son or the daughter shifts to a new house, an apartment in Gurgaon or Noida. Family says, we are happy in the house, we have society here, we have colony friends here, we don't want to move. In number of cases where the parents don't want to move with the kids because they don't have the social circle there. What sort of a logic is this?
I think, we have to now, viewers, begin to wonder what is really going wrong. And I'll tell you, see, America, as I wrote in one of my interventions, is a weaponized society. You see, viewers, that's the problem. And you also have weaponized opinions. So militarized society and weaponized opinions becomes a problem. The one thing we don't have for now, at least, is a militarized society. Tomorrow, if that were to happen, there would be mayhem, let me tell you, viewers, and we are going down a very slippery slope, and it's happening very quickly because today there is media of all kinds, and this kind of fakery, a lot of people will fall for it. The other day, I fell for something. I could not verify if this was fake or not, and I tweeted that video, and then, these viewers' comments come where they correct you on X, and I was glad to be corrected because it was so real. So anyone unsuspectingly will think that this is actually true. This is Diwar-like scene, this, as I said, fictionalizing of real life. This doesn't work in politics. There is only room for nuance in politics. There is no room for anything else. Viewers, we have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, we are going to end up in a civil war. Let me tell you this. And I want to move on because respect for institutions, institutionalities, very, very important. And today, once again, as we move on to this other story, in the middle of your screens was a very important day. That gentleman who has just been elected as the Vice President, it was his swearing in. But Rahul Gandhi's choice to skip the swearing in of C.P. Radhakrishnan as India's Vice President isn't a minor omission. It is the active undermining of a long-held convention. And because political courtesies are the lifeblood of a transactional parliamentary democracy like India's, his decision to bunk the oath-taking function of the second highest holder of a constitutional post in the country reeks of a casual disregard for duty. Now, I can understand if on his time, Rahul Gandhi decides he wants to go for a holiday, abandon the people of Punjab. That's his contract between him and the people. They will punish him, hold him in high regard, esteem, whatever. That's between him and the people. But viewers, when you are the holder of an office, that to a constitutional office, you have certain duties. So you can't disregard them. This is even more, as I said, when one considers that Rahul is the leader of the opposition and thus occupies a constitutional post himself. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge showed up at his age. But Rahul was often a party event apparently. I'm not using the word boycott, though many people have said that he did boycott. If he did, well, viewers, this becomes even, and if it was an act of actual, elective act, then it's more problematic. But when asked about Rahul's absence, his aides tried to change the goalpost. They said, and I quote, the issue is not whether Mr. Gandhi was there or not. The issue is that Mr. Dhankar was there. Finally, he had been allowed to leave his house and come out. When will he be allowed to speak? That is our question, unquote. Casual, viewers, absolute, जिसको कहते हैं नजरअंदाजी of the original sin of omission. The BJP has accused the Congress scion of hypocrisy, sin of omission, of swearing by the constitution but repudiating ceremonies central to our democracy, that too in our parliament. And the party may have a point. This isn't the first time, viewers. On August 15, Rahul Gandhi boycotted the Independence Day event at Red Fort. Viewers, this is about India's sovereignty. as a leader of the opposition, if you boycott that, what is the message you're sending out? August 18, just 3 days later, Rahul Gandhi boycotted Parliament's tribute to astronaut Shukla. Shubhanshu Shukla, viewers. By doing so, what was he boycotting? He was boycotting the industry of India's youth. And it's a moment where the whole nation galvanizes around a massive achievement. But he chose to, as leader of opposition, boycott this event. As if he had a problem with someone scaling a massive milestone. August 21, Rahul Gandhi skips the customary speaker's tea at the end of Parliament monsoon session. He's the leader of the opposition. It also devolves upon him to create the environment, as I said, for the transaction of democracy across the aisles. If LOP means anything, it means being the voice that upholds democratic norms, guards them with a Rottweiler's instinct. And LOP therefore cannot afford to treat democratic convention as, optional props, viewers. You can't just say, okay, today I'm there, tomorrow I'm not there. Gandhi's absence diminishes not just his office, but in many ways diminishes democracy and the opposition that he represents in Parliament, viewers. And I want to open this up because this is a fundamental question that we need to put today. And Mr. Gawande, I want to ask you this. This is a pattern. It's become an ugly pattern. And in this case, it reeks of someone who's a sore loser. You lost a fair and square election. You didn't have the numbers. Have the grace at least to say, okay, I'm there. Let's make a new beginning. This gentleman that he was boycotting, CPR as he's called, is a person who was an exemplar as a governor. He had great equations across all the aisles. So he is someone who is very well connected and respected by opposition as well. I mean, if the Congress president could be there, why couldn't the leader of opposition be there?
At the very outset, Rahul, when the vice president was both nominated by the NDA and when he was elected, we were one of the first to congratulate him, right? He has served Maharashtra well as its governor. We've, of course, had our differences with him, but he has built relationships across party lines. But unfortunately, what you're seeing unfold in front of you today, particularly in Parliament, and you have to see this in the larger context, is a breakdown of trust between the government and the opposition, right? There was a fundamental breakdown of trust in the last session of Parliament when there were no opposition concerns that were listened to. And should the leader of opposition have been there today? Perhaps, yes, I agree with you, right? But can we also absolve the government of its responsibility to ensure that they take the opposition into account?
I'm not absolving anyone. Anish Gawande, look, I'm on principle here. And if other opposition leaders could be there, if Kharge, the Congress president, if anyone, it should be Congress President Kharge. In fact, he got up in the House and he remonstrated when the previous, chairman of the House, Mr. Dhankar, that you have so much concern for, when he refused to allow the opposition to speak. At that time, Mr. Kharge fulminated, yes, within his rights to do that, if he feels that he has been in any way, discounted. But for God's sakes, here is a new man. Try at least work with him, build a relationship, show him the respect. If on day one you're going to say, I'm sorry, we reject your victory, number one. Number two, your entire office. And therefore, we call into question your own partiality. What message are you sending out to him? And why is Rahul Gandhi the only guy who's absent? Everyone else has it in them to come there. He's some special case or what? Some special sulker.
That's certainly a question to be posed to the Congress party, Rahul. As you know, I don't tend to become the spokesperson for another party on national television.
Well, I mean...
But I can say this, that we must have some honest conversation today about the breakdown in political trust that has taken place across the board. And if not restored, it's going to...
There are times when you have those conversations, and there are times when you also pay tribute to long-standing conventions. Yes, you want to make a point, the BJP... trust has broken down, says Anish Gawande. Don't put this on us all the time. Rahul Gandhi is demonstrating against the fact that trust is broken. And partisan spokespeople and it's not spokespeople but chairmen of the house, etc., etc.
I'll
And
address
he's
that
Gawande
in
is making that.
just 20 seconds, but you have chosen the best word to articulate this debate: grace. You know who epitomizes grace most? Forget I'm a political rival of Anish, but Supriya Sule. She is actually the epitome of political grace. She went abroad to keep India's case. She did not make invectives against the parliamentary delegation. Yesterday when the results, the day before when the results came out, she was asked that 315 milna tha, 300 mila. She said, we must introspect. But I congratulate CP Radhakrishnan. Now this man, Rahul Gandhi, is entirely opposite of grace. By the way, Anish, you are Gen Z, I am millennial, and Rahul is little elder than us, just 1-2 years elder.
Right.
But having said that, you
call
don't
me
know.
a baby boomer as yet, boss. Please,
But you know, when the maximum deficit of trust took place, breakdown of trust, when emergency was imposed and entire opposition was put in jail, even then, the official programs were never boycotted by Vajpayee ji. That is called the grace in politics. Even Sharad Pawar ji has shown that. Lastly, let me make a point. Anish ji, if it is breakdown of trust, what breakdown on trust in Shubhanshu Jukla's discussion? What breakdown of trust in Samvidhan Divas program? What breakdown of trust in Tiranga Yatra? What breakdown of trust in Independence Day program at Red Fort, sir? Chalo, everywhere else we understand this is a pattern. Anish, it is a pattern of creating democratic deficit. मैं चुनाव हार जाऊं, EC खराब. मैं जुडिशरी में केस हार जाऊं, जुडिशरी खराब. मैं वाइस प्रेसिडेंट को बताऊंगा ये संघी है. You called it battle of ideology. The battle of ideology is that you did not even make OBC your candidate. We made. And now you are abusing the same OBC Tamilian candidate. I wonder what DMK has to say.
No, so someone posted, and I don't want to sort of, lean on it too much, but someone said that, look, when it came to the president, Rahul Gandhi presented his credentials, and as you know, she's a tribal, viewers. About a year and a half later, this is what I read somewhere. I don't know if those are the facts. I haven't checked.
No,
but
no.
I'm just saying.
The first Samvidhan Divas program under her leadership, it was boycotted by Congress.
So there you have a tribal boycotted. Now you have a leader.
OBC boycotted.
Yeah, an OBC boycotted. Now you have a leader who is also somebody from, a backward community. You didn't even have the grace to put up a backward, I'm talking about the Congress here, a backward candidate, in fact, because they put up a Reddy. I don't want to get into caste because I don't believe in that. But fundamentally, if you are talking about optics, you are talking constantly about jitni abadi, utna haq, then at least it should have devolved upon you to make it a point. Anyhow, I just want to bring in the two lawyers here because both are, conversant with constitutional issues, and you can perhaps open this up. And Ishkan Bhandari, there are 3 or 4 issues here. Rahul Gandhi is the exception here. He is not the norm. So he's one of the only ones who skips the Red Fort. He skips the Shubhanshu Shukla thing. We also saw a number of other opposition parties walk out of there. So national issues skipped. Then he makes it a point to come out and say that, even that election was, there was thievery there also. You know the words. So what do you make of this, first of all? Am I overplaying the aspect here by saying that, have we come to a point where duty has been discarded and the LOP's office itself has been diminished, or do you agree with me fundamentally?
Rahul, I think you're underplaying the issue rather than overplaying the issue. With great constitutional offices comes the duty to discharge the responsibility of the office. You are the leader of opposition. That is a post recognized. You get a very fancy bungalow because you're leader of opposition. You get a seat in the parliament in the front of the opposition benches because you are the leader of the opposition. That leader of the opposition, along with these privileges and various others, has a duty and responsibility to be a part of constitutional oath taking where a vice president is being sworn in. So when you do not discharge that duty, do you deserve to remain the leader of opposition? We don't have such cases. We never had cases where chief minister was in jail and he would still say, I will not resign. I don't think so have had examples where leader of oppositions refuse to discharge their constitutional duties. Would we have cases and PILs on people who are not discharging their duties? I do not know. Prime Minister has to discharge his duty. Does the leader of opposition not have to? That's why I'm saying we are underplaying the issue. The second aspect, the dangerous aspect, we see what happens in Nepal when people deliberately try to say that there is no trust in government. Is it a methodology in which step by step, every institution you want to destroy the trust in judiciary, election commission. 2014, you could not blame election commission, ED, CBI, but from 2019-24 onwards, they have gotten added onto it. Now the president or the vice president, you could say it's a clean slate. We will start with a clean slate, but you don't want to start with a clean slate. You want to insult the office of the vice president. You don't want to attend it. So my short question is, if you are not willing to discharge your constitutional responsibilities, should you remain in the post?
This is petulance to provoke insurrection, in a manner of speaking, is what Ishkan Bhandari is saying, Mr. Madan. Is that where we are going?
So, Rahul, I think we are trying to, read too much into it. Absence in any particular function or any kind of an event does not mean that you have boycotted, because you yourself have said Mr. Kharge was there, he attended despite his age. And just because Mr. Gandhi was unable to attend that event, I mean, it is extremely imaginary to say that that event has been boycotted. And let me just give you a context of it. What is the context we are trying to say? I've heard my good friend Ishkaran, he is trying to project there is a constitutional duty, you are an LOP, and therefore you should attend all these kind of function, and it is sort of a disrespect if you don't attend these kind of events and function. Now let me just give you an example. Now what BJP is actually trying to do is they're trying to do loud politics over it. But where, the disrespect really lies is you need to see and, find out the manner in which the erstwhile Vice President, Mr. Dhankar, had to resign. In fact, what we saw several reports, speculation. In fact, several media house, floated theories. And there are some reports that said that he also called a meeting which was not attended by...
No, Mr. Madan, separate issue. You're saying that we should not speculate on Rahul Gandhi's motives, but we should speculate about
I think
Mr. Dhankar.
The point we're trying to address here is whether, as a constitutional functionary, you owe a respect to some, constitutional office or not. I am saying the manner in which Mr. Dhankar had to resign, his absolute silence after his resignation.
One second. How do you know about the manner? Were you, hang on. Were you sitting in his pocket? Were you in the nib of his pen? Were you in his pocket? Were you, hang on. Were you in his mind?
No, were you there? Were you there?
No, so I can't say.
Were you there?
So I'm not going to hazard. No, hang on, just a minute.
So everyone is trying to...
one second. No, don't read. No, I'm not reading between the lines. Hang on, just a minute.
I am not reading.
I take offense. Mr. Madan, 1 second, please. 1 second. I take offense at something. 1 second, just please 1 second. Viewers, I never said, and I've never said, whether Dhankar was made to go or whether he resigned under duress. No, you said there were enough. Let me finish. No, Mr. Madan.
I never said it. He was made to resign. I never said it. You replay
Did you not say that there was a lot of media reportage?
Yes.
So
you do
there
a
is.
fact check.
So I know that. So I'm saying. So 1 minute. Let me finish, Mr. Madan, if you allow me. Just give me 30 seconds. What you said was there was a lot of stuff in the media, etc. Is it possible? And therefore, the question that we should be asking is whether he was asked to go or not. The point is, viewers, media speculation is not the basis for asking a question. I am not asking a question on something that is hypothetical. I am only asking, why could Rahul Gandhi not be there? And it is a pattern. Republic Day, you are not there. Shubhanshu Shukla, you are not there. You call yourself a youth leader. This was a point of connect with India's youth that are looking up to our space scientists and are seeking inspiration.
Specific facts.
You should have been there. So I am not talking in the air. The man is not there, viewers. Everyone else is there, and he holds a constitutional position. He's the LOP. There are certain conventions.
Yes.
That is the point. He is not just a member of parliament. It's actually Mr. Kharge who's a member of parliament. He might be the Congress president, but the party is not the executive. And neither is it really anything spectacular when it comes to having a particular position constitutionally. The LOP is.
Now, Rahul, who is the LOP in Rajya Sabha?
Just 10 seconds.
Who is the LOP in Rajya Sabha?
Just 10
no,
seconds.
just one question. Who is the... Just hold on.
It is Mr. Kharge. But where is the LOP of Lok Sabha?
He was there.
Just 10 seconds.
He was there, no.
So Lok Sabha can disappear.
So now you are saying, now I
Just
take
10
back
seconds,
your
Rahul.
logic only. You are saying LOP,
Just
but
10
LOP for
seconds.
Rajya Sabha, Mr.
Just
Kharge
10
was
seconds,
there.
Rahul. Just
Okay,
10 seconds.
so-
Rahul, just 10 seconds. Look, if
I
you
think-
pride yourself, Mr. Madan, I've heard you out. If you
So
pride
why
yourself.
doesn't Mr. Kharge come and become the LOP of the Lok Sabha?
Anyway,
When the Lok
Rahul,
Sabha is in
just a-
session,
just a
एक ही बात है ना, 2 for 1.
Rahul, just 10 seconds. Rahul, just 10 seconds. Mr. Madan, please don't be uncharitable to me. Don't be uncharitable to me. Let me make my point. 10 seconds. When you pride yourself as a Samvidhan savior, the Samvidhan is bigger than all of us. It is bigger than all personalities. Therefore, when it's a Samvidhanic program, forget everything else. The petulance is this level, and Ishkaran will know this. When Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna had a oath ceremony, because he's the relative of H.R. Khanna. You know who is H.R. Khanna?
Yes.
Again, Gavandeji, you're Gen Z, you don't know. H.R. Khanna was the judge who was superseded by Indira Gandhi, and then she made Mr. Ray the Chief Justice. Only time it happened in the country.
You be careful, huh? He might burn your house down. So be careful about that. Gen Z, don't mess about with Gen Z.
This is a good Gen Z.
No, this is Indian Gen Z.
All Gen Zs are
Indian
good.
Gen
actually.
Zs are not like this.
All Gen Zs are good. Anyway, so point is that Sanjeev Khanna's oath ceremony was also boycotted by Rahul. By the way, Rahul boycotted, not you, boycotted VP oath, I Day, R Day, parliamentary session, also.
Yeah, there is a pattern
Shubhanshu
here.
Shukla, Tiranga Yatra, Samvidhan. There was none of this is meant for Modi. And by the way, just for last example, Sharad Pawar is one of the tallest leaders of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, what opposition, what chief minister, what government, what minister, when we have to felicitate Sharad Pawar ji for his contribution,
Everyone.
he sits on the stage and
Yeah.
Fadnavis ji felicitates him.
Yeah, and then
this is the way we come together.
No, and I have
And
to
look at
say
this
that
petty
this
man,
has also
Rahul.
now become true of chief ministers' oath-taking ceremonies, where political parties disappear, especially the ones that have lost the election. Yes, Ishkan Bhandari wanted to make a point, and then Mr. Madan. Yes, and Mr. Gawande. Yeah.
Just a short point. If Mr. Kharge was there, that is good because that's his responsibility as leader of opposition. But if the Lok Sabha leader of opposition does not come there, that is the problem because we owe our constitution has fundamental rights, fundamental duties. Same way high offices have duties and responsibilities. To me, this is a part of responsibility to be a part of the official functions, to be part of official constitution working where a vice president or a chief justice gets sworn in. But if you do not come, then you disregard that duty. That is why my point is, if you keep doing this, you should not be in office. You should say power is poison, not be in the office. Let somebody be the leader of opposition. But if you are that, then please discharge your duties and your precedents and the protocols.
So what I can't understand, viewers, there's a contradiction, and Kapil Madan, you need to answer this. Look, if you believe that the system is rigged against you, why are you contesting an election? And then saying that we're going to win it. You can't say that the same system is going to suddenly do a somersault and on election day, when there is polling day, you're going to get a result in your favor because you made the better point. Then why are you on your bikes?
No, are you trying to suggest that there cannot be a situation where some official have done or someone has won an election by an illegal means or by using?
Do you
means
have
which
any
are-
credible
Hang on,
evidence?
one second. If you have these doubts,
are you trying?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But no, hang on, just a minute. This is very interesting, viewers. No, one second. I just want to bring out another fact. About a month ago, Tejasvi Yadav was saying we are going to boycott this election. Suddenly they've done a U-turn. Why, viewers? Because now they think that they're winning this election after going out there and talking about vote chori. Suddenly say that's the only issue. Now, viewers, if vote chori, hang on, if vote chori is such a big issue, why won't you move the Supreme Court in your person? The Supreme Court itself has asked.
Let me give you
The
an
Supreme
example.
Court has asked. Come.
Yeah. So let me give you a very categorical answer. If you look at the press conference done by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he has raised several issues. He has raised
Madras High Court threw it out.
Hold on, Shehzad, I never interrupted. Let's be civil. Let's be civil. Okay. So he has raised several issues. He has raised issues where there were duplicate voters. He has raised issues where you had voters which has dubious.
What does that have to do with Radhakrishnan's oath?
Hold on. I was asked a question and I'm responding to it. Now it is whose responsibility to make electoral rules? It is whose responsibility to ensure that duplicate voters are not there. So if you are not performing your function, now what are you
So
trying
that's
to do?
why he boycotted Radhakrishnan's oath ceremony.
No, I am sorry. I never
Or was
said
he busy
that.
in Malaysia?
I was asked the question and I am responding to that.
Okay, so
I'm
the
sorry,
point
I was
is,
asked
my
the question and I was
response to that very
responding
quickly,
How can I
Mr.
answer
Madan,
this?
is that if you
I
feel
understand
that there are so
different
many
views.
problems, why don't you approach the Supreme Court has asked you, come, file an affidavit before me.
No. So tell me,
No,
in
what?
fact,
No.
Mr. Hold on. BJP's, one of the leader, Mr. Anurag Thakur, he also raised the similar points.
He raised the point
He
on
also raised
Congress, not
similar
on the Election
points.
Commission.
Hold
Forget
on,
that's irrelevant. Point
Did
is
he
that
go
why
to
did you
Supreme Court?
boycott
Sir, did the
Vice
matter
President's
of
ceremony?
Sonia
Supreme
Gandhi,
Court?
did the
Did
matter
he go
of
to
Sonia
Supreme
one
Court?
second, sir, listen to me. The matter of Sonia Gandhi, okay, having two epic numbers, contesting on her own sort of Italian citizenship, allegedly. What did the Supreme Court do? It threw it out, the petition. You took great delight in saying, see, false agenda. Now, when the High Court and the Supreme Court have kicked out your petitions done through proxy, you still say, no. There is a problem.
No.
Apples
so
to
which petitions
apples.
get kicked out? Which
Apples to
which
apples.
petitions get kicked
Rahul,
out?
The
Which
High
is
Court in
named-
Madras.
The
which is
Madras High Court has thrown out, but
which-
Kapil, this is not the,
anyhow,
the
one
issue
second.
is this.
No,
One
issue
second.
is- the
Kapil,
issue
let
is
me
about-
again put the issue.
Rahul,
Is the
no, the
reason
issue is
you
about-
said that I can't attend
Yeah.
all the programs, I'm LOP, I'm busy.
Yeah. No,
Are
no.
you busy to go to Malaysia or are you busy to come to the Vice President's oath?
That's why I said, one second. You see, the LOP, being the LOP means it's the voice that upholds democratic norms. Ishkan Bhandari, that is the point you were making.
Yes. Rahul, also on vote chori, Kapil knows the criminal law also. Forget going to Supreme Court. If somebody, if election commission
FIR
officer in
kar do.
any state, and you have state police also, is doing vote chori, register an FIR, arrest him. You have state government, you have state police. Anybody doing vote chori would be a crime. So you arrested. दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हो
No, but
जाएगा.
they are so
you don't
busy
want
right
to do
now
it.
filing
I
FIRs
think,
against
Rahul, we have
journalists.
moved past the stage
उनको
of
कहाँ
unheard-
time मिलेगा? I mean, they
Yeah,
use their
but-
police and their whatever CID, etc. to lock up journalists, YouTubers, influencers. People like me are chased around the country. Viewers, those FIRs you will file with great alacrity. The ones that supposed to matter to you to save democracy, to uphold this great framework of our democracy, those FIRs you will not form. You will not file. That's a good point, actually, Ishkan Bhandari. It's a very good point. Look, viewers, fundamentally it is this, that the decision to constantly boycott bipartisan events, apolitical events, is a assault on democratic propriety, viewers. It's not a crime. It's an assault on democratic morality, viewers. And if you are doing so, you're diminishing the office that you hold because you're undermining the duties that go along with that office. And that is fundamentally the problem here. It is born out of petulance, but viewers, it is murdering principle. I leave it at this.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Decision of the NDA to choose him as the next Vice President of India is being seen as a message to Tamil Nadu as well. Payal Mehta is with me on the phone line. Payal,